So I recently picked up Adam Grant's new book. It's called Hidden Potential. And there's a lot of great anecdotal information there. And typically, I stay away from the airport books. If you don't listen to the podcast, If Books Could Kill, you'll know why. But I love Adam Grant. I love his sociology, psychology, coaching mindset, but also like really having the studies behind them. Anyway, in the first part of the book, because literally I am like highlighting everything and taking notes on it, something stuck out to me and I wanted to highlight it because I think it's really important and kind of shapes the way that we look at development within leaders and how we view certain skill sets and the way that we view certain leaders in a higher regard than what actually gets things done. So in the book, I didn't know this. If you have been involved with leadership development or professional development or even personal development, you probably have heard the difference between hard skills and soft skills. But do you know where it comes from? I didn't. And now that I am, involved with the military, I was surprised that I didn't hear it from my partner. And so here's it's as simple and like clear as day, but it's like, oh my God, why didn't I realize this? Okay, so here's where it comes from. So in the Army in the 1960s, they were looking at, okay, what are the skills that we need to develop in our soldiers, in our leaders, in our teams, all of these things. And literally hard skills meant that you deal with hard things, meaning metal. And soft skills are everything else, meaning the people. So hard and soft, as simple as that, metal, non-metal, became this ingrained hard, meaning difficult, manly, strong, and soft meaning delicate, not necessary, feminine, weak, all of the crap that we absorbed through like gender bullshit. So literally someone had this great idea of metal equals hard that is now turned into almost 60 years or probably more than 60 years of bullshit being misidentified within organizations. Isn't that nuts? So literally we need to rebrand this. So let's start with this. When we work with companies and leaders, we talk about those previously known as hard skills as technical skills. These are things that you probably go to school for, you apprentice for, you have a lot of experience. Maybe it's around programming, machinery, language, anything that takes time to master that maybe requires certifications or certificates or things like that, that's in that technical skill set. When we talk about previously known as soft skills, we want to think of them as people skills. We call them power skills. Adam Grant calls them character skills. These are the things that enable you to work with people, work with teams, problem solve, do hard things to allow you to apply all of those technical skills. Now, if we started to shape them in that way, do you think we might invest or look at development differently? Potentially. We wouldn't see communication or empathy or critical thinking, and I'm doing a lot of air quotes for all the people listening and not watching the video, because we are devaluing actually what makes everything possible. Because I can't tell you how many engineers or analytical thinkers I've worked with in the past, family members included. I don't work with family, but they are brilliant in their own way, but they can't talk to people. They can't work with people. If you can't work with people, you are limited by your own capacity and by your own blind spots. So these are what we are focusing on now, the core power people skills that people need in order to work in this ever-changing environment, in order to innovate, in order to improve and enhance. We can't use the old models of the past because we have outgrown them. And honestly, they didn't work in the past. We just had a lot of people that really benefited from them. So I want to start planting seeds about changing hard and soft skills labels into technical and power or people skills. And then look at within your organization, what are those critical skills that your leaders need? Where might there be gaps? Where do they need to tighten up or up level so that they can not just meet the needs now, but in the future? And if you're not looking at this, this is where your talent is going to start to look to go out the door. They're going to see that they're not supported and invested on because most people don't know and they're going to look for the next level of innovation, the next level of taking care of people, of investing back in people. And when you do this, when you invest in people, they start to have new ideas. They start to problem solve. They start to come together in new ways. One of the groups that we're working with right now are coming together in a way where they were siloed before. And yes, there's going to be friction points, but now they have a toolkit, they have a support system, so they can go and bounce ideas off of each other. They can go into those unknown, unrecognized spaces and problem solve. So think about where you may have been blocking people, where you may have been blocking yourself, and think about where are those people skills or power skills that I need to freshen up on, and that I might need to plant some seeds for people that work with me. So hope this was helpful. And as a reminder, make sure if you're not following us already, head on over to Spotify, Google Play, or Apple Podcasts, and make sure you leave a review. We really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time.